The new Prism crystals are finally in. We get our 30 for free, guys. And this is pretty interesting, honestly, in terms of how it actually has ended up working. And I'm going to give you guys the game plan of Plarium on how they think they'll take this on for the future, because this is not a one-time thing. This is their plan on getting more monetization with the incentive to players to get better champions, right? And I'll explain their thinking and the good and the bad stuff with this, because there's definitely some bad things that I'm thinking about because of this. Summon pool gift. Let's get our 30 Prism crystals and do our first ever summon. I will definitely not be buying any Prism crystals, guys. I only have bought the daily this one, the daily gem pack, and I'll probably be buying this only for the reasonable time in the future. Anyway, how these work, okay? The summon pool event, these will go on for a specific period of time that Plarium decides whenever they pop these up. We don't know exactly when they will be doing these, and the way that it's gonna work is, let's go and see. There's a summon pool special tab right here under the fragment summons. You click on it and there it is. It goes on for the remaining 8 days. You see the champions there on the top, right? Nyresian summon pool. The Nyresian champions are not only these, all right? If you click on here and go down, there's 123 champions available currently in the Nyresian Union. So they've purposely limited the amount of champions, and obviously no voids in there. And we'll have a look at it again. No Acrisias, no Yumiko, there's no Harima in there. There's only very specific few champions in there at the moment. They didn't put every single one of the champions that are available in there. And this makes me think, okay, Brogni was a fusion in the past. I know many players have not done the fusion, so probably won't have Brogni. The same thing with Herndig. Lady Kimi was a guaranteed summon for 150 ancients. Kaioku, I think 15 sacreds. I think it was 20 sacreds for Mishinagi. Or was it 10? No, 20 sacreds for Mishinagi, right? I think Elva was also a guaranteed. And then only King Galkobar and maybe Ruark. These two, I think. Definitely they were offered during 10x's. I'm not sure if one of them was offered during a guaranteed, but yeah. You get what I mean, guys. Trunda is an amazing champion overall. Not so much right now currently in the meta for Arena. But again, there is a very limited amount of champions. And how this will work for Plarium is you will be using your Prism crystals. If you have enough to do a summon, you will use them. What makes me think it's gonna happen now, guys, is with this, Plarium is gonna be introducing new summoning pools every kind of maybe 2 weeks or whatever time period they wish. For a limited time period, you'll be able to purchase Prism crystals, which currently are at about the $5 mark. Okay, $5 for the 20 crystals, which this makes it confusing because it's not 20 summons, it's one summon. But how I think this will be in the future, guys, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna be right or wrong, I'm just guessing here, is that in the future they'll do like a summoning pool with only void champions, and the cost there will be much higher. So by doing this, and instead of having like just shards, they have crystals, they can change the pricing every time of the summons. This is what I'm guessing guys, just guesswork. It's like, let's say they'll do 50 crystals for one summon in the future for voids. So that will be the price of almost $12 per summon compared to the, let's say, the $3 to $2 per void shard. And that is how I think they'll go on forward in the future. Like better summoning pools with Harima and stuff like that will have a higher price. That's how I think it's gonna go. I hope I'm wrong. I hope it's only 20 summons, 20 Prism crystals per summon. But there's no way they're gonna do like voids in here for $5 with specific good void champions in there. So there's a 3% chance for a legendary. That's pretty good. That's actually the standard summoning chest for a legendary in other gacha games. If you ever played other gacha games, I played recently some that I featured on the channel, Watcher of Realms and Dragonair. Both of them had a higher chance to acquire a legendary than what Raid has. Okay, the pricing also kind of makes it more reasonable for you to have such a higher chance. The good things, okay? We talked about the bad things. First of all, the bad things is just very limited ones. I'm gonna do like a summon in the end of the video, but obviously this is not worth it for my account. For newer accounts, there's some good champions in there, but again, the cost is quite high, and it's still very RNG heavy with a 3% chance. There's no event currently going on. There's a deck of fate, but that does not give you any prism crystals. So this happened to be at the same time, I believe. There's no prism crystals here from what I see. There's only just like ancients in there. There's no prism crystals at all. Doesn't change anything really. This is good actually, because it's gonna be at the same time with the CVC, so we'll get some points. But the prism crystals right here, the good thing about it is that it offers very good epic champions. If you look at the epic champions here, this is the positive, guys, that I wanted to note, is that if you're looking for something that is a game changer on your account, this is kind of the best time to summon, since you got 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15 epics. Out of 15 epics, you'll have 1 out of 15 chance to get a Geomancer, which is a crazy good champion. He was a guaranteed also in the past, by the way. Toragi the Frog is very good. Cornelia is also very good for soloing stuff, very specific kind of gear sets that are needed. Cryodan the Blue will be great for the Fire Knight, together with Gnut. So that's a good champion. And then Ruela, also pretty solid. Mycelia, Priest Orn, very good. Overall, very strong epics, I would say. All the other ones can be used, but are not that amazing. Especially Grizzle Jar is good in very specific scenarios for, let's say, clan boss, can do some work. Melga is pretty solid because he's a reviver for the dwarf. So overall, we see the value there. So it's not 100% loss. Okay, I'm not being 100% negative about it, because I saw the legendaries, I was disappointed. Then I saw the epics, and I thought about the 37% chance to get a Geomancer from the summon. It's pretty good, right? It's pretty good to get it an epic. 1 out of 15, still very low, under 5%, right? But it's still solid. It's still solid, and you can be, you know, lucky. You can get lucky. But spending on these, with these prices, it feels worse, especially when you don't get lucky. Like spending all of this, you can actually buy a limited amount of, I think it's $375 in total if you buy everything. This is like the best value, because it gives you like 10 extra instead of the 20. So yeah, instead of 200, you get 210. So you get like 5% extra prism crystals, which is kind of a joke, honestly. But yeah, that's the pricing. Let's do the summon and see what I get out of this. It will be funny if I get like a legendary, right? No, it's a rare, pretty common thing to do. And yeah, the icon there, I can't believe I got so close, by the way, to this one. I made a video some time ago where I just took one of the normal shards we have, and I just switched the colors and made it white, and I had no idea this would actually be the Prism Shard. I honestly had no idea, because they confused us with the Prism Crystals and the Prism Shards. It's a confusing thing to do. It's on purpose. These games do this on purpose when they introduce multiple different currencies, guys, and multiple different things to consider when doing purchases in the game. That's on purpose, so that you disassociate from spending, right? That's why there's gems and there's not a direct dollar value on everything, okay? That's why there's energy, there's silver, there's the prism crystals, ancient shards, all that. We have 100 different you know, currencies to use here for the different constants in the game. That is on purpose, and you'll see it in multiple different games. It's not a thing that only Raid does. It's a thing in the industry of games. You'll notice it if you try out multiple games, and you'll see on how they try to introduce different things in the game to disassociate from the direct amount value of let's say $1 for what you are specifically buying. So prism crystals, is this a win or is this a loss? What you guys think? I said my piece. I think positives, negatives, I said it. Yeah, let me know down below in the comments, guys. I want to see some kind of discussion right down below. I'll do a poll later on today and see kind of the general public thinks of my community. And yeah, this is now the norm. In the future, we'll get better ones, we'll get worse ones. Who knows? Better pricings. There's gonna be better offers for these, obviously, but we don't know when that's gonna happen. That's probably gonna be during the week. Also probably gonna be events. Maybe even this one, Spider Turn Attack, but I don't know. Who knows? We'll just have to wait and see. And when the time comes, I'll make a video for sure. Thank you all, guys. Subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.